Hey everybody, so apparently my recording setup was screwed up, so I'm gonna retake this video for the 40th floor since it is the final floor. Alright, so this first stage is essentially another one of those zombie loops that you have to deal with, everybody's favorite. Basically you need to kill the dark specters at the same time. Or, kind of like Izanami, you can kill enough of the mobs so that you get lucky, because they only will revive 2 at a time. So if you kill one and you kill more than 2 of the mobs, maybe luck will be in your favor. One twist is that the light specter in the middle, upon his death, he will attempt to lock your character's bump combos. And of course the party I have here, they have pretty powerful bump combos, so that's not very cool. I've got 2 Arthurs, a Mundus, and Lucy. And in addition, the Felmains in this level also has that poison mist attack, so if you bring the same monsters, you're going to take extra damage, so do watch out for that. Stage 2 is exactly like Akala, once again, with that plus alpha where that light specter in the middle will bump combo lock your monsters. You know, basically what you want to do is take out the minions on the side. That will give you easy access to at least have a chance to take out both specters at the same time. Especially with this kind of party where you have homing, that awesome energy circle, and of course Arthur's laser of OPness. But you do have to make sure you whittle down these minions because they will be attacking you essentially every other turn. And the amount of damage they do can actually add up, so do be diligent about that. And of course, if you happen to take out only one of the specters, well, actually, even if you take down, anytime you take down the dark specters, they will revive all of the previously taken down minions. So that is what made that Akala loop just so annoying. So hopefully you won't have too much trouble here. But both of the specters are getting pretty weak, and that Arthur's in a pretty good position. And well, luckily Mundus's bomb combo saved the day. And since we killed those minions on the same turn, they didn't get revived, which is great, a nice bonus. And let's just say I was stalling for the heart. Alright, going for that sword. Probably because I didn't trust myself that I'd survive this round, but luckily I did. And there you go. Now don't forget, just because your bump combo locked doesn't mean your abilities are locked. Very different things. Alright, stage 3 is a stage where I think a lot of people might have trouble. Especially if you bring an Arthur party, you need to be very careful because that element of Babel, the purple one on the bottom right now, if you kill that, he will wipe out your entire party's HP. Actually, that's not true. If you have enough HP, you might be able to survive, but I wouldn't suggest doing that. So you want to kill the mini boss, the actual Babel on the bottom right now, without killing the element of Babel. So no, I definitely do not want to hit that top Arthur. So even though Mundus had to take some damage there, totally worth it. Now I want Arthur to get up on that top right. Hitting that top Arthur again would be bad because it's lined up with the weak point of the element of Babel. And thank you for the gold heart. Alright, so we're getting... Oh, and of course, final note is if you do end up killing both in the same turn, that's perfectly fine too, because as long as you can clear the stage, that's all that matters. Now that was a little bit scary, just because if I got trapped behind that element of Babel, that probably would have been game over. But pick and choose your battles. And we are moving on to the next stage. Alright, so stage 4, you see the specters again, sort of like one of the previous floors. 35 maybe? I don't know. But if you kill the dark specter, you will lower the defense, or sorry, lower the attack of all the minions. You kill the light specter, it will drop the defense of all the minions. Now these guys come back, I think, every 3 turns, so you don't have to worry about them per se, but as you can see, they also have a pretty big laser barrier. So now this team with, you know, with Arthur's, you might have some trouble getting past this if you keep them alive for too long. And don't forget, the Babel in the middle does have a death timer, that 5 on the bottom right. So make sure you clear the stage before that timer runs out, because bad things will happen. I guarantee that won't happen here, because if it did, I wouldn't be uploading it. Yeah. Alright, so, I mean, we're just gonna keep wailing on these monsters. And Arthur's gonna do his laser of awesomeness. And one thing to not forget is that that block column in the middle, it's solid across Babel, so don't expect to try and go past Babel, because you're just end up gonna bouncing back and forth and not doing much. Alright, this should do it. No problem. And the minions won't run away in this stage, so if you ended up needing to use a strike shot earlier, this is your time to get your strike shots back up. Alright, now the first stage of the boss, we have 4 gauges. You want to kill that top right fell main as soon as possible. And that's very important if you bring more than 1 monsters, because that fell main has that poison mist, and it's much more stronger in this stage. So if you have multiples of the same monsters, make sure you take them out first. After that, you're just trying to hit your bomb combos for as much damage as possible. I wouldn't say there's anything too spectacular in this stage aside from taking care of the minions. That top right minion as soon as possible. So get those lasers going and let's just get past this stage. One thing to note in the boss stage is that you can see right now the weak point was on the heart of Babel, Ascended Babel. Now when it's in the middle, it'll actually do much more damage than usual. So somebody with Pierce or bump combos that go through the middle, or even strike shots like Arthur's, if you can utilize them at that time, you will do just ever so much more damage, which actually could make the difference between life or death. So if you see the opportunity to do it, take advantage of it. Alright, so we have 2 turns before Babel goes crazy on us. Let's just finish this off now, why don't we? And we got 1 last turn, but that'll be no problem. Alright, so we do need to clear off these minions. Again, get rid of that top right minion as soon as possible. We don't want to take any extra unnecessary damage. And I don't know what to say. That was a bad move. But of course Mundus is able to clean up. Alright, second stage of the boss. Now, we're gonna see some hands, and they're gonna be do you remember, what was it, floor 37? We're gonna have to deal with counter mode here. So the left hand, which from your point of view is on the right, or I'll just call it the small hand from now on. The small hand will increase the defense of Babel, whereas the big hands will lower the defense. So just like 37, you want to make sure to time your attacks so that you end up hitting the big hand last. Now alternatively, try and kill off the little hands as soon as possible. That will definitely help. A turn like that will not help very much. But basically you're just trying to make sure you get the right order to take down Babel. Of course Babel herself, he also goes into counter mode, and that will actually what was it? An X laser. So it does do a decent amount of damage, sort of like Kushinada in that floor 37. So do take care when you hit Babel when he has counter mode on. And of course that death counter is still valid in this stage, that top value above Babel's head. And ooh, thank God for that gold heart, if I can get it. Of course I did, because otherwise I would have died. Otherwise I would have died. But good news, we've gotten rid of one of the small hands, so we just have one left. And if we hit that other Arthur, that should do it. Yep. And we got ideal situation here. We've just got 2 big hands alive, so that'll make sure we're attacking Babel while it's in the defense down mode. And that shield might have saved me there. And there we go. Alright, now going to the third stage, if you brought a bunch of Arthurs with you, hopefully you've entered the stage that's a non-Arthur, because you want to take out all of the big hands in one shot as much as possible, because they are going to be the big troublemakers on this boss stage. So 4 of the 5 big hands are going to line up on the left side, and basically in a few turns they're just going to shoot out horizontal lasers, and they hurt. Now obviously you see there's just a few turns of them moving around. If you can get rid of them before they shoot lasers at you, great. And of course one thing to make sure you keep in mind is that the small hand right now will do the Daikoku move that will hurt a lot and also paralyze you. So either try and take out the boss like I did right now, or just get rid of all the hands and your lives will be much easier. Alright, final stage. Final stage, well, there's 2 ways of finishing this stage. You can either just go gung-ho and try to do as much damage as possible, or what you want to do is make sure you keep the hands with the skulls alive, because the skulls will produce the healing walls, as you can see. I'm opting to go with the gung-ho attack method. With Mundus' strike shot, it gives me a little extra time, because that top right number, that 6, is a gravity attack. It will make your HP go down to 4. Not good. And the only way to heal is getting lucky with that heart, or making sure you have those skulls alive just on the turn before so that you can heal up afterwards. But as I said, I'm opting to go for the gung-ho attack. Let's kill them right away. Basically going for the bomb combos, using the strike shots, and unfortunately not able to use that last Arthur strike shot. But as you can see, there's enough bomb combos to go around. Ideally, yes, if you can time your strike shots right while the weak point's in the middle, you do more damage. But again, since there's chicken circles everywhere, I say just go for it while you can. And there you go. That is the end of the tower. There are 40 floors, and there's no more in the Tower of Champions. At least for the tower part. So there you go. It was a long journey, tough journey, but hopefully the rewards were worth it for you. That's 60 total orbs. We got a bunch of dragon gems, and we got some elements of Babel that the next time we finish the stage we should be able to get this ascended version of Babel. But yeah, thanks for watching, and if you watched this before, if you watched it again, thank you, but you didn't need to do that. But for those of you who actually wanted to listen to me, if you are out there, thanks for watching again, and until next time, bye bye.